have, of course, heard about Australia's ANZ looking to let go of its stake in scandal hit Ambank. Well, should the group decide to sell, Ambank's chief says he might actually up his own holdings in the Malaysian lender. Chairman Azman Hashim is mulling a couple of options amid talk that ANZ is seeking to exit Ambank as it looks to divest its minority stakes in Asia. Ambank was drawn into the 1MDB scandal after it emerged that billions were wired into PM Najib's accounts at the bank between 2011 and 2015. The Prime Minister has denied any wrongdoing. ANZ owns about a quarter of Ambank. The big question mark on just who owns Good Star, the company that received over $1 billion from 1MDB in 2009. PM and Finance Minister Najib insisted today that the firm linked to flamboyant businessman Jho Low was in fact owned by PetroSaudi International. PetroSaudi being the company that had in September 2009 set up a JV with 1MDB. Najib said the state fund made the payments to buy a 40% stake in this JV company. He said PetroSaudi also acknowledged receiving the funds. Now, if you remember, Bank Negara and the PAC have said that Good Star has nothing to do with PetroSaudi. The central bank had reportedly said that the funds had ultimately benefited an individual unrelated to PetroSaudi, while PAC members are accusing their chairman Hassan Arifin of deleting 2 paragraphs from the panel's report on 1MDB. Paragraphs, they said, were related to the ownership of Good Star. Hassan has said that the sentences were deleted because of their unclear status. The PetroSaudi 1MDB venture was terminated in March 2010. Heavy week for earnings. Let's look at Alliance Financial Group, or AFG. It just reported its fourth quarter numbers and they're looking good. Net profit up 40% to just under 130 million ringgit on the back of a 20% growth in SME loans. Revenue was up 14% year-on-year to 492.8 million ringgit. AFG declared a dividend of 6.5 cents, which brings the full-year payout to 14.5 cents. And speaking of full year, the group's FY16 earnings slipped 1.6% year-on-year to 522 million ringgit. Top line rose 8.5% to 1.9 billion ringgit from a year earlier. Over at CIMB, Malaysia's number 2 bank also saw a 40% jump in earnings thanks to strict cost control initiatives and lower loan provisions. Net profit rose to almost 814 million ringgit from 580 million a year ago. Revenue edged up 1.2% to 3.7 billion ringgit. CIMB boss Tengku Zafrul says the group has made significant progress on its T18 programs. For the rest of this year, he's adopting a cautious view and bracing for a slower growth environment at CIMB Malaysia. As for CIMB Niaga, Zafrul is expecting a gradual improvement at the Indonesian unit, while Thailand and Singapore will see selective growth areas. MRCB will be developing the main infrastructure for what's being positioned as the largest township development in the Klang Valley. Its unit, MRCB Builders, has been appointed as the project delivery partner for the EPF's Kuasa Damansara Township in Sungai Buloh. It will earn 5% of the development cost, estimated at 2.2 billion ringgit. The 932-hectare Kuasa Damansara project will span 2 decades. It will be built for at least 150,000 people.